Welcome back, everyone, to episode 35, part 2. I hope you guys have tuned in to part 1 and that you guys enjoyed it to the max. And you are about to tune in to another spicy episode with 2 of my favorite Libras. So get ready for all the spicy talk. Enjoy the show.
Thing.
Yeah. So speaking of the women, I swear they just like to put their fucking foot in their mouth. I swear. You guys are Comadres, dynamic duo. And speaking of the women that you guys are, I think you guys are very sassy and feisty in your own ways. But I've heard some myths. About, in case you guys remember, Karma was on my show some time ago. And she kind of threw a little snippet in there about, a little something she does. It's called being an accountant. And a little something. And there's a little myth I heard about accountants being boring.
True.
And I
can't.
Bitch.
Fuck you.
And Vane, I heard this about flight attendants, that they lived a very lavish life.
True.
But that's not where it stops, the myths, okay? I heard another little myth about Libras, and I heard the myth that Libras are not necessarily spicy. And so I would like for you guys to address these myths real quick.
First of all, I didn't appreciate when I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I've never heard about this.
Yeah, I've heard from some salty ass other Libras.
Who heard them? So, first of all,
they must be September Libras.
No. So, yeah.
That's like a whole fact, September Libras.
But then I know September Libras that are pretty spicy as well, so I don't know.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When I saw the agenda and I saw that, I was like, wait, this is a thing? So I Googled it, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I came across this article that they sounded like they were
hurt. They were hurt by Libra.
Who did it? And I was like, damn. This is a very...
We usually do the hurting.
But wait, this is a very unbiased article.
Mm-hmm.
Like... Who hurt you? You sound mad hurt, dude. Like, or girl, I don't know who it was, but like, you need to figure something out. But I didn't know about that myth that Libras aren't spicy.
So I call it a myth because my sister, shout out to Patty, October 16th is a full-blown Libra, and that was probably the most spicy.
Right in the middle of me and Carmen.
Yes, right in the middle. And that was probably the most spiciest woman I've ever seen in my entire life growing up and to look up to.
So whoever said that, it's a lie.
It's full of shit, right?
Yes,
okay.
100%.
Okay. I wanted y'all to address this. I really did.
First and foremost, anyone that has a Libra in their life reluctantly or willingly loves them.
Loves them. Right.
Because we're just lovable people.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
And it's not something that we do. We talk.
Okay.
People fall in love.
Yes.
It ain't our fault.
Okay.
Like I posted
Look
the
at
other day.
that.
No, it's true. It's true. I'm not even kidding. Not even romantically, but like anyone that you speak that knows me will say, "Oh my gosh, she's so fucking cool. She's so this."
Yeah.
I personally don't see it most times. I just think I'm just a regular person, and I think most of the times I'm kind of corny.
Okay.
But people that know me and like know who I am, they're like, "No, she's so cool. She's so this. She loves to have a good time," and I've never known otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
same.
Anyone that I've ever encountered, I rarely have any issues with people, and I don't like confrontation. So if you're giving me vibes that you're gonna give me too much trouble, then I'm gonna keep you at an arm's distance because I just don't. I'm not okay with that.
Amen.
See, we're very alike, but yet we're different.
Very different,
right?
Okay.
Because when it comes to confrontation, I'm okay with it because if there's a problem, what's the problem, right?
Let's
like,
talk about
what's going on?
Yeah.
And she's a lot more social than I am. I tend to like lay back a little bit and just observe people, right? And she is more like, hey, how are you? What's your name? What do you do? And I'm like, bitch, why are you even fucking talking to them? They're corny as fuck.
What people say about you?
That I'm a fucking bitch. And you know what? It's all good. If somebody calls me a bitch, she'll be like, I'm like, aren't you supposed to be defending me? No.
I'm the first one to agree she's a bitch.
She's the first
like
one
I've
to
spread
agree.
rumors.
But the thing is, if you ask the people that actually know her, they'll be like that she is the asshole because she could be a big asshole. And the thing is, I'm an asshole, but you see it in my face, right?
And you know what? My voice in itself sounds very sweet. And people are like, oh my God, you're so sweet. You're so this. And Carmen and my sister be like, no, she's fucking not.
She's not. She's
an asshole.
She's an asshole. I'm an asshole too. And I'm not going to deny it. I'm a sarcastic asshole. And so is she.
Right.
But she's friendlier. So she gets by with it a lot better than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
People will see me in my face and they're like, oh. And then they
because she got that resting. She definitely has RBF.
I don't think I have the resting.
No, you do.
Oh, you do.
Bitch, I have it too. So I'm gonna tell you have it.
I didn't know I had that, but
you
anyway,
definitely do.
All right.
Whereas you look at me and they're like, oh my God, she's so nice.
And then I'm like,
she's
what?
smiling. She's like,
and then I'm like, why the fuck are you? In my head, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking to me so much for?
And in my face, like, they already know. Don't talk to me. I don't give a fuck. Walk away. And they already know. Libras are known to supposedly be fake because they want everybody to love them, right?
Ooh, I've heard that too.
Right? I don't give a fuck if you love me or not.
Right,
I don't care if you like me. I really don't care. Mm-hmm. If I don't feel the vibe, I'm not going to interact with you. I'll just sit back and sip my beer.
Yeah.
And I'll do all the talking.
And she'll do all the talking. I don't have to talk to you.
I get us a lot of free drinks. Oh. But this is with Carmen. When I'm out with other people, I do have the gift of gab. Okay. And I talk to a point where all of a sudden they're like, oh, I can get you a free round. And I'm like, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much.
But you know what? I can do the same. But if I feel the vibe, right?
Got it.
But if I don't like you,
I don't need to feel the vibe.
Okay. If I could get a free drink, I'll get a free drink out of you, but that's it.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm not gonna interact with you. I'll give you like short answers, and that's that. Especially in college days, right? Right. I need a free drink. Bitch is broke, right?
We all were.
But nowadays, I could buy my own
drink. Right.
I don't need to talk to you. I don't need a free drink. I don't need to go through this process. I would have, gone through that college days for the free drink. But now, no.
But the thing is, I'm not trying. That's not my intention. I just speak. And all of a sudden, they're like, let me get you a drink.
We always get in trouble because of that. Because even if I'm not trying to talk to them, right? And I'll say something stupid, they find it attractive. They're like, oh, you got a smart mouth. And then it's attractive.
It's your mouth. That's the problem.
And it's like,
it's always been.
It's your mouth. That's the problem.
We already spoke about this, right?
Yeah.
It's my mouth.
That's what
I'll say something sarcastic. They think I'm flirting. And then, I'm just talking and they think I'm flirting. And it's like, no.
So we can agree Libras are very spicy.
We are.
Very spicy.
And accountants.
Whoever said that they're
boring.
Accountants are boring.
We are not boring.
Okay.
Listen, first of all.
Say it. Just put it out there.
Okay, let me tell you something, right? All right. My first job was in an income tax agency, right? And it was just my boss and I. But his best friend was very crazy. Carmine, that was his name.
Oh, okay.
Crazy as fuck.
We incriminating Carmine.
Fuck Carmine.
No, that was it, right? From there, I went to private. And Dave, you met Dave, right? Because we worked in the same company. He wasn't boring.
No, he was nice.
We had a lot of people in that department.
I didn't say he was not boring. I said he was nice.
Right, you just said he was nice.
He was nice. He was whatever. But there were people there that were interesting. Accountants are weird. I'm not going to deny that.
Okay.
We are a little bit weird.
Fair enough.
Then I went to public accounting. Ooh,
okay.
Girl.
It's spicy.
It's spicy.
That's where it gets
spicy. Okay, right? Okay.
In public accounting, that's when you work in the late hours, right? So I know when I need to leave, right? I know when it's time to go.
Okay.
Does she always leave? No.
Right? But anyway, there were some interesting things with partners and.
By partner, she means professional partners.
Partners, yes, partners in the business.
In the business.
Not
sexual partners.
Right.
Just so we're clear.
And then we merged. And then I saw a whole different side from like a mid-sized, large accounting firm.
Oh, girl, I thought you was measuring something else.
And then the way she's moving her body, she's like,
mid-sized, large.
I'm like, girl, bitch. Wait, no. So our first Christmas party when we merged.
Are you telling the story?
Yes,
yeah,
we
Like
saw
her life, the whole
No.
Oh.
They're not gonna know who happened,
right.
who did it, right? I'm gonna say what happened. They're not gonna know who exactly did it. Yo, the shit that was going on. Partners filling up on employees, and
that's an HR issue.
Oh, definitely to the point, right?
Where the HR people were involved in the filling up.
They were the ones doing the rubbing.
Fast forward a few years, right?
Uh-huh.
Tax season.
Oh, that's another spicy moment.
Texas is always spicy.
Very spicy.
Okay.
So interesting. Wait, no, it was like midnight. It was past midnight. One of the partners' wife was in the office, right?
Ooh.
And we were like, okay, cool. You know, sometimes she went for the free food, right?
Okay.
Then at 12 o'clock, this bitch was still there. We heard a few screams. We're like, what the fuck happened? It was time for me to go. I go downstairs and I see one of the employees and cops were there.
Oh.
Whatever. Long story short, the partner's wife beat that employee with some books. With some tax books. She beat her over the head.
Like them binder shits that y'all be having?
No, it was some tax law books.
Oh, tax law books. Oh, it was an actual book.
It was a book. Because she saw some emails between the two. So that's why she was in the office that day. It wasn't specifically for the food that day. It was to beat that bitch up.
Oh.
And she hit that bitch.
Oh, shit.
And that's when we heard the screams. I was like, girl.
There you go. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Accountants are not boring. Turns out they are equally spicy as the Libras. Do you want to clear up the living the lavish life, flight attendant?
This shit is not lavish.
Okay.
We lonely.
Oh, okay.
I mean, think about it, right? We go on trips with the flight attendants, and if you don't like the people you're working, personally for me, as Carmen can say, like, I'm very friendly and happy with people and like stuff, but I'm not gonna spend 12 or 13 hours drinking or eating with you if I don't fucking like you. Like, on my last layover, I spent the whole layover by myself. I was okay with that because
I was supposed to go with her.
I wasn't interested in spending it with the people that I was working with. They just weren't my cup of tea. I wasn't about that life. It's a lot of hotel rooms.
Okay.
A lot of alone time, especially if you're not working with someone that you know.
Or if you have a booty call somewhere.
Right. Oh, that's another thing. Like with flight attendant life, being a flight attendant, being anything in the aviation industry is a very promiscuous industry, period. You've got hotel rooms that they give you for free. You've got things that they give you for free, and people are hooking up left and right because they're lonely. And it's just like, it's very...
Daisy's like, so when's your next layover?
Not only, I was about to say, when's the next hiring date? That sounds more like
no, and it's just one of those things where it's like, there's nothing else to do. So you drink, you eat. Excuse me. If you drink enough, you end up in your hotel room with someone.
Okay.
So that's the misconception for a lot of people. I'm not saying that all flight attendants are like that.
Right.
But it's what we do. I mean, we've gotten... Not we, but like my company, and I won't say the company, have gotten kicked out of hotels because pilots have their wives come and their mistresses are involved.
You see,
and there's like
accountants, flight attendants, pilots,
Libras,
and it's like,
everybody's spicy. Everybody's spicy.
So it's not always like a lot of people see on Instagram, on Facebook, on whatever if you do know pilots and flight attendants, the pictures are very lavish because we do get to see a lot of beautiful things. Right. But at the end of the day, it is a very lonely career because you go to these places and you spend them a lot of the time with people that either one, you don't want to actually spend them with, or two, you spend them by yourself because they're not people that you want to particularly hang out with. So it's not that lavish.
Okay.
All right. You live out of a suitcase.
I have one question.
You definitely need the iron.
Okay.
To iron your clothing because it's in a suitcase.
Bitch, I thought you were iron too, like, for fuel.
I always make sure to bring my extra fun kit with me.
I thought she meant the iron pill, So I have a question because you did say it's a very promiscuous world. Does shit go down up in the air?
Yes.
I need to know this. I need to know
the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
She's not going to respond, but the answer is
Vane is
yes.
not even looking at me. She's just looking up to the ceiling right now.
It's maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've never been so speechless in my whole life. Like,
I plead the fifth.
I just don't.
I don't know, but I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, because I think it does.
I'm gonna say yes.
Every time I get on a plane.
I mean, why not? If I had the opportunity, like, fuck that shit.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've tried to strategize this in the past.
I haven't done it. I want to.
I want to too, really bad. But I've never worked for an airline, so I mean, I would really essentially like to be working for one and then do it. Vane has decided to cover her mouth at this time.
Vane is like, next topic, please.
And that tells me Libras are very spicy. So we're going to move on to Double or Nothing segment where we keep it raw on another dose. Yes, this shit is about to get... listen, I'm drinking I don't know, what number beer is this?
I don't know.
Speaking of them Libras, that's what I'm going to call this Double or Nothing segment. Keeping it raw on another dose. And after discussing a very unique relationship... you guys bond as comadres. There's another one. Cardi B and Offset. Speaking of them Libras, speaking of our Libra sister, Cardi B. I love her to death. I know you guys know that. Everybody loves her. And these unique relationships, right? And
God.
Libras are special. And I don't think that's exceptional to Libras, but because she is a Libra, and I have two very beautiful Libras in front of me, okay, and y'all have heard them.
I don't know any other symbol that's more pendejos or pendejas than a Libra.
Okay.
And also,
pendejos and pendejas. Let me figure out how we're gonna translate.
Wait. Can I finish my thought?
Don't call me a pendeja.
Let me finish my thought.
Speak for yourself.
So, not too long ago, I put up a post on IG that spoke about if I cut you off or if I don't fuck with you no more, I actually mean that shit. Because that means I've already given you about 100 chances before I got to this place.
Right.
And that's what I mean by pendejo and pendeja. Because as a Libra, at least
pendejo,
for me,
pendeja, punk, bitch ass,
yes.
whatever.
and for me,
thank you, Carmen.
I just feel like I always try to see the best in people. Over and over.
A lot longer than me.
And sometimes I try a lot longer than anyone should. In that aspect, I feel like I am a true Libra because I do really, 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 really try my best to see the best in people. Try to give them the opportunities to be the best person that they can be.
Yeah.
And then I end up just going, oh, you just wasn't shit.
Yeah. Oh.
And I really tried, but you just wasn't shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those things. And I feel like a lot of Libras, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for Carmen, but for a lot of Libras, that's definitely something that I do. I try to see the best in people. Even if I feel like you ain't shit person, I 100% still go, no, I definitely feel like this person has some type of good in them. I'm going to try to see it the best I can. And then finally I'm like, oh, yeah. Now I just don't give a shit because you really are just not a good person.
I don't know if it's because I haven't been in as many relationships as you.
Oh, I'm just a fucking relationship whore, apparently.
No, you're not a relationship whore. Haven't really been in relationships like that.
Right.
So
I feel like I'm someone that's constantly in relationships. Like I jump from relationships.
Like a serial dater.
I feel like I've always been better just not be in a relationship. Just talking to someone has been better for me than to be in a serious relationship. But to an extent, because of my last real relationship, it took me a while to get over them. Not to get over them, but because I felt pity, I stayed with them longer
than you should.
Because I was scared of like what they might do to themselves. So I stayed in that relationship longer. But it wasn't because, oh, let me give you another chance because you have a better side of you. But it was more like, oh, I don't want you to hurt yourself. And I know you really do love me. And I don't know if I'm going to find this type of love. So it's just weird.
Ooh, you just hit that one right in the nose.
It's weird. Like when you get in these relationships and you love someone and even though you know you're not right for each other, sometimes you make excuses, right? And then it gets to a point that when are you going to realize like you're just making excuses and you just got to move on, right?
Right.
So it's like I haven't been in that many relationships for me to be like, this is what happened. I think that's well, not really, but like I think so I've had more friendships that I'm more like tend to like keep than relationships.
So right? Even with friendships though, and relationships and friendships, do you feel that? Because I firmly believe, and I always say Libras are the cousins to the Scorpios. And I say that because obviously my sister's a Libra.
You know what's funny, sorry to cut you off, is our best friends from, our childhood. They're both Scorpios.
And October Scorpios.
Interesting.
Her birthday is actually tomorrow, October 20th.
And my best friend's birthday is October 31st.
Okay,
Halloween,
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so it's very strange that we're Libras, but then our best friends from childhood are Scorpios.
So my closest cousin is a Libra and my sister's a Libra, right? And I always say the part that they're so dramatic is also the part that they keep balance for being women. And well, they're both women, obviously, but they love so hard and so deep.
Yes. I think that is our problem. We
Yes.
love hard and we love deep.
Deep.
And
Yes.
then I don't know. The older I've gotten, the quicker I am to cut people off.
Okay. Fair
You know?
enough.
I don't really care. I've seen that I can develop a friendship with someone that I met 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Right? And have a better friendship with them than someone that I've known for like 20 years. You know?
Gotcha.
So to me, it's not the amount of years that I've known you, but at one point in my life, it was that. It was like, oh my God, I've known you so long. I don't want to let you go. Let's work this out. And that was me as a friend. Like, it was always me trying to be like, what's going on? Why are you acting this way? Talk to me. And I would step up to my friends like that. You feel a certain type of way? Talk to me, you know? And be like, oh, you did this and that. I'm like, who told you that? You know, like, why are you taking advice from somebody else? Talk to me about it. And I've always been that way. But then as I grow older, it's like, I just don't care sometimes.
I hear
like,
you.
Fuck this. It's either we're friends or we're not. I don't care. Cut them off. Ija, right? But when it comes to relationships, it's hard. I think, yes, we do love hard. I think it's the fact that I haven't been in that many relationships that I'm like, I'm not a pendeja. But then when I look back, it's like, maybe I am a pendeja.
Well, in the essence of speaking of pendejas and being in love, and you guys love so much and so deep.
Yeah.
I look at Cardi B like that. I genuinely look at her as a genuine person. I know she's a public figure. I know she's a celebrity. I know she's a rapper. I know Offset is a rapper. I know he's a celebrity. I know he's a public figure. Their fucking relationship is all over social media. And ever so often she gets upset with him. He fucks up. He may cheat, may not. I don't know. I haven't seen him. I wasn't there. She makes it all public, right?
Yeah.
And of course they're public figures, right? But people have come so hard on her this last time. I feel it's been really, really hard on her. You know, why are you taking it back? We knew you were going to go back to him. And at some point, it's kind of like, all right, well, are we pendejas, right? Does she tolerate too much? That's essentially my question. And is it a Libra thing to tolerate too much?
Yes, I think it is.
I have a term. I call it the yo-yo dick. Y'all seen a yo-yo, right? When the string you keep pulling it back? Yeah, you're the yo-yo. The woman,
Thanks.
right? Yeah, I'm just saying. I call it the yo-yo dick. I do. I call it the yo-yo dick.
Here's the thing. With me, whenever I had a problem in my relationship, I never told people what was going on because I felt like if I'm going to break up with him, I don't want to say anything until I know it's real.
Got it.
Right? So I never said anything.
Guilty.
With my last ex, I broke up with him quite a few times and no one knew about it. Right?
No one knew.
Because the thing was like, I don't want people to judge him or do this or do that when I've already forgiven him.
Right.
Or well, not forgiven him, but more like I've accepted our relationship.
I've moved on.
I've moved on, right?
I'm over it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So with her, she vocalizes a lot of things. She puts it out there instead of keeping it to herself when she's not 100% sure what the fuck she's
and
gonna do.
I feel like she speaks out of emotion, which is
Yes.
very easy. I do that too. Carmen knows I do that too. My sister knows I do this too. Like no one knows what I'm going through until I decide that I want to let people know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this has been me since the end of time.
And even I'll be like, "How are you doing?" "Oh, I'm good.
Great.
We're good." This and that. I'm like,
And
"How
I'm
are you doing?"
fucking
And I'll tell her.
an emotional breakdown inside.
And I'll look at her. I'm like, "How are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm good." And I look at her like, "Bitch."
because
so
apparently my eyes speak for me.
Bitch, let's not go there.
Let's not even go. Like we already know you.
Let's not go there.
It's
My
not even
eyes
your
apparently
eyes.
speak to me. Like when I say, "Oh, I'm fine," like
Hold,
you can
please.
see.
Shout out to Harlem, who always tells me, Daisy, your eyes are telling us everything.
Continue.
So that's what they told me. Like your eyes told me, and they're like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Nothing."
You are at the cusp of Scorpio, aren't you?
No, wait. Not even that. I feel my body language speaks for itself. Right? I can't hide anything.
But
this,
it's my eyes.
It's your eyes.
this bitch was
My
here last
sister,
week.
my sister will tell me, "You told me everything is fine, but your eyes are so depressed."
Fucking hate that shit. I hate
and
it.
I'm just like, "No, they're not." And she's like, yeah, they are. Like you are literally speaking to me with your eyes."
I don't get it from your eyes. I guess I don't look into your eyes that much. But
Why?
I don't know. Maybe I
Look into
should.
my eyes, yeah.
Whatever. I get it from your body language.
So like literally everything could be going on. The world can be on fire, and I'm fine.
And you're fine. Oh.
And then again, I do the same thing.
Okay.
The world
So
is literally.
I let her be.
California burning.
Okay. Oh.
And I'm like, I'm fine. But me personally, I take things similar to what Carmen said. In my relationships, I tend to forgive very easily. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, all right, I'm over it.
That hit my chest when you said that. Woo!
I tend to forgive very, very easily. Sometimes more so than I should. And I move on very quickly. I can be mad. I can be mad at 8:47 and at 8:50, I'm over it.
Oh, you had
and
Scorpios don't know how to do that.
No, I am 100% that person. Like, I'll be like, all right, I'm over it.
And we said this to each other the other day. You know that once we're over something, we're over it. If we say we're over you, it doesn't matter how much we love you. That's it.
It's over.
We're disgusted by you.
The thing is this. So, like, the love of a Libra, right?
Yes.
The love of a Libra has two sides. You're either super in love or not in love at all. There is no in between.
We're always like,
there is no in between. So, like, if I am in love with you today, and I'm telling you I am in love with you today, you need to believe that I am in love with you today. Because if it comes to a point where I go, all right, I'm moving on.
That's it.
I go down a little stairs, right? So it's like in love. Not so much. No.
There's levels to this shit. Got it.
Out of love.
And that's it.
If I get to the out of love part,
there's nowhere back.
I can't go back.
Right.
Because I don't know what it is. There's something inside of me that once I get to my out of love part,
That's it.
and you try to come back to me, you have to make me fall in love with you again.
Ooh.
And that's not very easy, because at that point, I know all of your flaws and I know how shitty you are. And I've finally realized, taking off the love blinders, left them in the love part of my life and moved on. And I've taken off those love blinders and realized how much of a shitty person you are, that I don't want to fall in love with you anymore.
Right.
So that's a constant struggle for me. So being very open, I've just come out of a relationship, a 4-year relationship, right? And I'm still on the ladder.
I had no idea. Bitch, why you telling me now? Shit.
So I am currently on the love ladder, right? Where am I on the love ladder? So I'm still in the in love ladder, right? In love portion of the ladder. I am trying to the best of my ability to climb down the ladder, right?
Got it.
I'm trying to push her.
She's trying to push me down that ladder. But I am
like,
taking my time. I'm taking my time because
we're all taking deep breaths.
Where I am now in life, I've realized that this breakup, none of the breakups I've ever had in my life have actually been 100% my fault.
Okay.
But this one in particular, I know is not my fault, right?
Got it.
But sometimes I feel like you feel like it's your fault, and I hate that.
Yeah, and I think that's normal for anyone. In a breakup, you tend to feel like there's some things that I've contributed to this that have caused it, but I do know for a fact this is not 100% my fault, right?
Okay.
This is probably not like 99% my fault, but neither here nor there.
It's not your fault.
So I'm on this ladder right now, right? And I'm still in the in love portion of the ladder.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out how slow to climb down the ladder.
Okay.
Because this was a relationship very near and dear to my heart, where I grew as a person, right? So I grew from a lot of things, right? I grew from learning who I was sexually.
That's right.
Learning who I was physically, like physically being confident with myself. And then learning that my independence can be a flaw and can be a pro. I just haven't learned how to make it not a con, not a flaw.
Yeah.
Because my independence does take charge in a lot of my relationships, and quite frankly, as I've grown older, I've realized that my independence could very well be a major factor in why a lot of my relationships have failed.
Okay, fair enough.
In the sense that...
Wait, can I add to
Yeah, of course you can.
So I hate that women have to kind of like change because of their independence. Like, fuck you for being a little boy and not accepting a woman's independence. Like, why is it that a woman's independence makes you feel less of a man? That shouldn't be the case. That should not be the fucking case. If you're a real man, you will accept a woman's independence. Like, I should not be like, oh, I'm independent, but I'm gonna be less independent because you don't appreciate my independence.
But this is where my disagreement comes in with it. Because my disagreement is not that I'm being shunned for being independent. My disagreement is that because I am independent, I don't give a shit about your opinion. But that is the difference. Okay, that is the difference for me. Because as an independent woman, I'm going to do what I want to do because I don't need you.
Right.
Okay.
I'm with you because I want to be with you. So at the end of the day, whatever your opinion is on what I want to do, on what my decision is, doesn't really matter to me. Because I can do whatever the fuck I want because I don't need you, your money, or anything else that you have to offer.
And I get that.
That's my issue.
Essentially, that's exactly what Cardi B is, to be honest.
That's the issue at hand. The issue at hand is not that you're stunting me from being an independent woman. The issue at hand is that I don't respect your opinion because in my mind, your opinion to me is just that, an opinion. And I don't have to take your opinion because at the end of the day, I pay my rent, I pay my bills, I pay my car, I do everything that I need to do by myself.
Interesting.
So, for someone like me who's like that, and someone like you because you're fucking independent as fuck.
Girl, you know that. I am overly independent.
It's one of those things where we can easily make a man feel like he is not needed. And
but that's the problem. Being needed and being wanted.
It's two different things.
Men need to understand that being needed and being wanted are two different things. And being wanted.
But we also need to realize how we are expressing that to them.
I agree with that. At the same time, it's like sometimes men want to feel needed. And that's cool. You want to feel needed. But you need to also understand that being wanted is more important than being needed. Like, I want you. Because I want you.
I don't want everybody.
I don't want you because I need you. I want you because I fucking want you.
That's right.
I don't need whatever you have. I want you because I love you because of everything that you have to offer, whatever. Not because I need you. I don't need your shit.
So then let me pose this question, not to take your role.
No.
Let me
pose
this question.
Pose it.
To you and to Carmen.
Yes.
Oh, shit. She pointed at me. I just hope
as an independent woman.
Yes.
Now we've established that we don't need you, we want you.
Yes.
Right? Because you're a single mom.
Absolutely.
You did this shit by yourself at the end of the day.
Marcus is set.
I've done this shit by myself at the end of the day. Right?
Yes.
My question is this. So we've gone from a point of needing one, we've never needed, but gone from a conversation of needing someone versus wanting someone. So how do you make this person who in their minds have always had that, I'm a man, this is what I do, this is how it is.
I'm feeling her.
Yes.
I know this.
I want to be there, not just to provide for you. I want to please you in all the ways I can and all these things, right? But as independent women, we're there like, great, I love all these things about you, but then there's these things that I really hate about you and I want you to change them. Can you do that? So now you love the person that this person is, but there's little minute tweaks.
What kind of things are you trying to change?
Give an example.
Ambition.
Oof.
Oh no, that's important because here's the thing.
Oof.
All right,
I'm gonna need you to sit down.
Okay, wait, no.
Because your hands in my face, it's making me anxious.
I feel like I need to get up and I'll be like,
the thing was, I had to come out real quick because you were talking about independence. I'm like, wait, no. Like, men need to understand that women can be independent, and like, there's a lot of independent women, and I feel like that's been a big issue for me. I think in finding the right person. My last relationship, I don't think they felt comfortable the fact that I was too independent, right? And it was like, like they felt less of a man.
So and before you finish your statement,
yes,
to finish my
go for it
thing is like ambition, right?
And that's the thing.
So now you were a support system to your partner. When does the support system become too much and you feel like you are pushing this partner out of their comfort zone more so than they're comfortable with being out of that comfort zone.
All right, it comes to a point, and you already know because I've been through this.
Yeah.
I'm independent. If you have goals, I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you with your goals. But 100%. If you're not doing anything to, to establish those goals, like, how much can I do? How long am I going to be here cheering you on when you're not cheering yourself on and you're not doing anything? Like, if you're not going to be ambitious, if you're not going to be proactive, what the fuck? I'm not going to be providing the whole time if you're not going to do shit, Like, I'm here to hold you down while you're figuring shit out. But if you're just going to be there, be lazy as fuck, and you're not going to go for it, like, there comes a moment that it's like, you got to go.
And what if they're not being lazy? What if they're bringing the income to the table, but they're not meeting their full potential? So they're bringing the income to the table.
The reason why they're not meeting their full potential is also because we have to be realistic with them and what it is that they're fucking doing. And is it a realistic situation too?
Yes.
I've encountered plenty of men who have dreams in their head, who have certain goals in their head, and that's perfectly fine. That's cool. I'm gonna support you every step of the fucking way. I know hardship. You got a hardship. I'm gonna write it out with you. But let's be also a little bit realistic too.
Yes.
How the fuck we gonna do this? How let's face it? Because had I not been realistic, Marcus will be all fucked up by now. I'd be all fucked up by now. You have to be realistic to certain situations.
Yeah,
have to be. And some of these men don't understand that because, and no shade to any man, especially any man who's a single dad or not a single dad, or any man who's hustling and busting and doing whatever the fuck he has to do. But we have a certain thread, right? There's that independent woman thread, right? And, I love that saying, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. We also have these experiences under our plates, on our plates, right? That we've learned from and we've gotten so strong from. And then we're mamas, she included, because she's a godmother. She's being a baby daddy. Get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying though? Like, we have certain things that contribute and attribute to who we are as women and why we're able to push a man to his whole potential. And when that feels like we've pushed them too far out of their comfort zone, one is probably because we're too strong for them. Two is probably because we're so independent. Three is like, oh my God, am I measuring up to her?
Yes.
Even though she's pushed me this far.
Is she too good for me?
Is she too good for me? She might be.
But here's the thing as well. It's like, you don't always have to break up with a person because they're not fulfilling their goals, right? Because at the same time, it's like, okay, sometimes we make goals, but are they realistic goals? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, all right, this is what you want to do.
I make all types of fucked up, unrealistic goals all the time.
Bad decisions.
And it's like, okay, you have this goal, okay, and you go for it, but then it doesn't happen, right? And I'm not saying you're going to break up with a man just because you had that goal and you didn't make it happen. We have goals and that shit didn't happen, but you have to be realistic and you just have to change your goals, it happens.
Right.
But if you're not gonna, my thing is, if you're not gonna be proactive, if you're not gonna be ambitious and work on yourself, like work on you, like don't focus on me. I want you to be happy first
with yourself.
You can't make me happy if you're not happy.
It's funny you say that because that's where I'm at right now. Like in my last relationship, I felt like I was so worried about making someone else happy that I lost sight of who I was. And this person would constantly say, don't worry about me. Worry about you. Worry about being the best you can be.
And you as a flight attendant, I always use this. When you're on a plane, they always say, put your mask on first before you can help someone else.
That is true.
And that's the thing. You need to help yourself first. You need to figure yourself out before you can help anyone
accurate.
else
And so
out.
going back to the whole Cardi B Offset kind of thing, as a Libra, I find that we are very, very, we very easily put ourselves at the end of the priority list.
Yes, you guys do. My sister included. She knows us how I feel about
and I've realized
to stop doing
during this breakup, which is probably one of my most significant breakups for me, because it was one of those eye-opening experiences where it was like, shit, maybe I do need to put myself first, because I need to put myself before my son.
And wait, when you
didn't know that?
But wait, when you got into this relationship, didn't I tell you don't lose sight of your fucking goals?
Right. But who listens to that when you're having great sex?
Never.
You
just don't. You're not listening to that while you're moaning.
The dick is clogging my brain.
Hello. What? No.
But maybe you should listen to me more often.
So it's just one of those things.
During which session? Which session, ma'am?
So we have to do that, and I didn't this man kept on telling me, you need to put yourself before you put me, before you put your son, before you put your mom, before you put anyone. Because if you're not okay, then all those people that mean so much to you are not okay.
Exactly.
And excuse me, he told me, I'm not telling you this to be selfish. I'm telling you this in hopes that you would listen to me.
Right.
You are not the problem.
Right.
I need to love myself before I can allow anyone else to love me. And if I'm not loving me, then how can I possibly be loving you?
Right. Absolutely.
Yep. And for me, as a Libra, that was like, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
I can make you love me.
No. Oh my God.
That's how I thought. Like,
without
but that's how I think. But that's how I think for everything.
Yeah.
I personally feel like I can make everything better, not just with him. I can make everything better for everyone.
Yeah.
If you're having a problem, I'm the first one to be like, what can I do to fix it?
Yeah. Same. Yes.
Yeah.
How can I fix this?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah.
Instead of just listening.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes if you just take a step back and listen to what the person is telling you, that person is telling you exactly what needs to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just need to listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing. He was telling me exactly what he needed, but I was choosing not to listen.
Right. Because you thought you could save it all.
And then finally, I chose to listen. And here I am, trying to be the better version of me.
Yeah.
Not just for me, but for my son, my mom, for my sister, for my friends, and even for this man.
Yeah.
Because as much as I would love to be like, fuck you, we're done.
You can't.
I can't. Because at the end of the day, he is my friend. At
Girl.
the end of the day, he is my friend.
Girl.
And I don't want to see anything but good come to him. With or without me, nothing but good come to him.
Oh, and this is our problem.
And there it is.
Some of you know exactly where my life is right now. Some of you are my listeners, and I know you're going to text me after you hear what Vane just said. And you're going to say, you heard what she said, Daisy? You heard what the fuck she said? And I'm going to be like, yes, I heard what she said. Because I hear you on everything that you're saying, and I want to add to the piece of where he said, you know, I can't love you right if like he can't love himself right? I dealt with a man once for a very long time. It wasn't at any fault of that person. It wasn't at any fault of that man. It wasn't at any fault of upbringing or relationship or anything like that. It wasn't that. The problem was to the point of what was said, you know, how can I love you if I don't love me? This particular person, I remember the first time he talked about love. And the comment was, I don't say I love you.
Oh.
And I said, ever?
Okay.
And the answer is like, no. No, I really, listen. First of all, I'm having this conversation completely butt-ass naked, okay? Okay, we're completely butt-ass naked.
Vulnerability at its best.
Vulnerability at its best. And I realized at that point, there's a big piece here. You don't know love. You don't know what love is. And so that right there, that's that coldness. That's going to be the forever coldness. That unless he learns that on his own, I can't teach him that. Not a Libra, not a Scorpio, nobody. Nobody's going to teach them that. And that's at no fault of that person. Yeah. Because at that point, it goes way fucking back. It goes back to when you were a kid.
It has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me.
And that's the problem. Sometimes you don't know their background. So you're just like, is it me? Like, what the fuck did I do?
What did I do? Right.
Also, when it comes to it, it's like, with me at least, like, I prefer to go to someone that I already know and have something with than to find someone new. You know?
That's my downfall.
And it's like...
Okay, so to speak to that,
yeah,
I just realized that that's me.
I feel like when you have a bond with someone and it didn't end up in a bad note, that you prefer when you're going through a breakup or when you're going through something to go back to someone that knows you.
What if the person you want to go back to is the one you broke up with? Like, just to have sex.
Don't do it.
But the thing is that sometimes you mature throughout the years, right?
Don't do it.
And it's like...
Don't do it to yourself.
Don't do it, because I know who you're talking about.
Don't do it to yourself.
And it's like, with me, we never had something serious. So to me, it was like, it was okay for me to go back to it. I never went back to someone that I had a serious relationship with.
Right.
But it was someone that, you know, they were going through the same shit that I was going through. And I didn't want anyone new in my life. So I just went back to that person, you know, until I figured it out, and then I moved on and went to someone else, you know.
But it's a lot. Like, what I've realized also,
and if the dick is good, like,
girl,
so Cardi already knows that's yo-yo dick. That's her baby daddy, right?
She knows
that's
he want all daddy. The salami nipples.
Bitch, that was some serious salami nipple.
And that's her baby daddy, you know. So it's like,
it's her husband.
And I think she needs to stop talking about it.
I agree.
When she has her issues, bitch, stop going to Instagram.
You're gonna tolerate it. You're gonna tolerate it.
Just stop.
That's
doing
it. Right.
And she speaks, like Vanessa said earlier, she speaks out of emotion, right?
Yes.
So when she's going through something, she's like, oh, I hate him, da-da-da. Meanwhile, this bitch, she still fucking loves
him. And like 2.2 seconds, she's about to forgive him.
Right, 2.2 seconds, right.
We're very indecisive.
From 8:47 to 8:50.
We're very indecisive. 3 minutes. Not even 3 minutes. 3 seconds, we're like, oh, okay, whatever.
All right,
fine. We're good, right? We're very indecisive. That's us. Libras, we're indecisive.
Yeah. That's an actual 100% fact.
We don't know what we want. Like, a lot of times I know what I don't want, right?
Before I know what I want.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what I don't want. So when I tell people, I'm like, I'm not that indecisive because I know what I don't want. The problem is sometimes I don't know what I want. Yeah. That's where the problem
But it's
lies.
also one of those things where I've come into clarity with the older I get, the more I realize having sex with a new partner means I have to exchange my energy with this person.
Yes, and it's exhausting.
And for me to give my energy to this person and for you not to like fucking ghost me or to like I cannot withstand that.
Yeah.
Because I've realized that I'm not a good one night stand kind of girl. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. Exactly. And I know 100% that if I am having sex with you, I need to have sex with you a lot of times because that's the type of person I am. And if I'm giving you the energy, if I'm giving you my energy, if I'm giving you my vibes and we're having that exchange, then it needs to be something more than a one-time thing.
Yes.
And if it's not going to be a one-time thing, then you know what? I'd rather go 3, 6, 9, 12 months without having sex rather than exchanging energy with someone that's not going to reciprocate what I'm giving.
Right.
Period.
Right. Yeah. I have to agree.
And that, like, and going back to that is either, like, I don't want a one-night stand. So I'm either going to go back to someone that I trust and I'm comfortable with. Because to me, it's more about being comfortable with someone, right? And if I trust you, I'm comfortable with you, I'm okay. But I've never gone back to someone that I had a serious relationship with. Like, I have this one person that maybe, like, in the future, they've gone through I've known him for years, and it so happens that he and I have gone through the same shit, right? Yeah. I haven't seen him, I haven't done anything with him in years, but when I was going through my breakup, he was going through the same shit. And it was like, oh, okay. So we were going through the same shit. So to me, it was great. It was like, okay, I have you to lean on, right? While I'm comfortable with meeting someone new. And I went months without having sex or meeting anyone. I was okay with that because I don't jump from relationship to relationship. I like taking time to myself. I'm not really a relationship kind of girl. I like being by myself.
You know what I've realized? I don't like being by myself.
That's pretty dope. You can admit that, though. It is pretty dope.
I love having a few hours to myself, but at the end of the day, I want someone that when I wake up, I have a good morning text. I want someone that is gonna check on me throughout the day. I want someone that I can speak to throughout the day, and we don't get tired of speaking. Okay. I didn't know those were things I wanted until I no longer had them. Oh. So now, as a 35-year-old, I'm being more honest with myself. And I realized that if I'm entertaining you, it's not just to entertain you. I'm entertaining you because I want a good morning text in the morning. It's because I want you to check up on me throughout my day. Right. It's because I want you to say, have a good night.
If I'm not getting that, then that's it.
And if I'm not getting that, then don't reach out to me. Right. Because if you can't provide me with that, then you're not the person for me. And don't waste my time.
Yeah. And I don't think that's even about being needy or nothing like that, because we are very independent women. I just think we're at a point where we're defining what we like 100%. And what we want. And I have to say, I like to joke around and say, oh, I'm a spoiled bitch, because of certain things that I had from something that I stepped away from. But because of that relationship that I had, I learned a lot of what I do like, what I do want, what is enjoyable to me, what is a non-negotiable to me.
And I've also learned that what I say is what I mean.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. Now I'm not saying things to say them. I'm saying them because I actually mean them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if I'm telling you I love you for who you are, it's because I love you for who you are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you this because I want you to stay with me. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, realistically speaking, I could have another dude.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
What she said?
It's really
what she said?
Exactly.
What she said?
Exactly.
To the left.
It's actually literally not that hard.
Right. It's true.
What is the difficult part is
finding that
person that you actually want to be with. Because if I wanted to fuck tomorrow,
I can.
Exactly. I can. If I wanted to fuck tonight, I could.
I can. Right.
But the difference is that I don't want that. I want someone that's going to give me the good morning text.
Yes.
And that's going to be like, how was your day, babe? Or that's just going to check up, what's up? What are you doing?
Right.
That's going to check up on you throughout the day.
Right.
And if that's not something you can provide, then you're not the person for me. And I'm not going to give you my energy.
Right.
Because I'm fucking horny. Fuck you.
Yes.
And
And
listen,
listen, at this moment in time, like, sex is great, right?
Sex is amazing.
But then at the same time, it's like having a connection with a person without the sex, that's even more amazing, right? Because
100%.
when you have that connection with someone and it doesn't involve sex, and then you bring the sex into it, and then you
it makes
also
it that much more better.
and then the sex is also amazing. It's like,
We're here.
woo, child, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, like, don't waste my time. Listen, I'm 35 right now. I'm taking it slow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need the sex. I want that vibe. I want the truth. Don't play games. I don't play games, but if you want to play games, I'm gonna beat you at it, right?
Right. So can play the game.
We can play the game, but I'm not for the games,
Yeah.
I grew up in a household full of men, so I'm already 10 steps ahead of you. I already know how you're thinking.
Yeah.
I have the male mentality, and I feel like with us, I don't know, a lot of men have always thought that I have a different mentality, and they think I'm too good to be true, which is a very backhanded compliment.
Yep.
Ooh, say that.
And when you're young, when someone tells you, oh, you're too good to be true, you're like, oh my God, you know?
But now at 35, I'm like,
Shut the fuck up.
Like,
Miss me.
This is the truth. This is what you're getting. Like, I don't have time for games. This is me. I don't have the same mentality as the little girls that you've been messing around with, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a jealous person. You want to have your life. You want to chill with your boys. That's that, right? Like, let's keep it real. Like, once you get older, you know what you want, and you're not afraid to express yourself. At least you shouldn't be afraid to express yourself.
You shouldn't, right? You shouldn't, right?
Because why should you be different for someone else?
Right.
Like,
100%.
If you want to find true love, you got to be yourself, and that's it.
And
Point
what
blank.
I realized was that this relationship was my first 30s relationship.
Yeah.
And it was the relationship where I literally found myself. Like, I know what I want sexually. I know what I want spiritually. I know what I want physically.
Yeah.
I know what I want emotionally.
Yeah.
And if you're not giving that to me, then go have a seat.
I put a man in a spot one day, and no shade to this man. I respect him to the fullest. But and I'm not going to edit this out. I put him in on the spot, and I said, I'm going to need you to replace the sentence of I don't want a relationship to I don't want a relationship with you.
Oof. Yes, girl.
Because
we cheers
yes,
to that?
cheers. And it's no.
Keep it real.
And it's no shade. It's no
It's
shade.
no shade, but
I just said, I respect this man to the fullest.
Yes.
I just said that. Okay? And I do respect you as a man, but I'm gonna need the elevation that instead of saying that I don't want a relationship, just say I don't want a relationship with you. And that's it.
Because you know what?
That's the end of it.
2 months later, he's in a relationship.
Or no.
But you know what? But you know what?
I'm just saying,
But it's true.
I had a
But it's
conversation.
true. But it's true.
I had a conversation with my friend last week, and he blatantly said, dudes is trying to go with the easy way. If you're giving them too much trouble, they're not trying to be with you because they could be with the next bitch that's okay with it being mediocre.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, dudes are not trying to put in that much work. That's shit that women does. That's shit that women do.
Yeah.
I'm not really trying to put in that much work. Yeah, I want to be happy. Yeah, I want to be with someone I love. But shit, if you're making me work that hard, I know I could find someone that's not going to make me work as hard.
And the problem is, good things don't come easy. So you're going to work for it, or you're going to get some mediocre bitch.
Like, you just have to know what it is. And you have to know when a bitch is loyal. You have to know when a bitch loves deep, and you have to know when a bitch loves hard. And I think that's exactly why I wanted to talk about this on the Double or Nothing, because that's exactly how I see Cardi B. And I know people are going to say, oh, but she's just a rapper now.
Like, Cardi B is so real that she's going to get sued a million times because she's quick to
and
be
it
like,
goes the
fuck
same,
you.
And it goes the same with her heart. She is that real. She just puts it all the way.
Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you don't love differently. You know, like,
exactly.
You still get hurt.
Exactly.
You still get cheated on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't
Clearly,
matter.
she still got cheated on.
She
got all the salami nipples.
And we know she ain't the only one. To the left. I'm just saying.
Yeah, straight
up.
No one
saying.
And we started this with the left
to the left. Yes.
She's been cheated on. She's a badass.
And she's
bitch.
the goddess.
And this is the thing.
But I forgive him.
But this is the problem. You see
I
how
forgive him.
people.
And so does she.
You know. She did.
And listen, I'm the type of person. If the wife is gonna forgive, who am I? Right? But at the same time, this proves that people look at relationships and they're like, relationship goals. You have no fucking idea what's going on behind those Instagram posts. Stop being envious. I had a friend like, oh, I wish I would have been with this person. He looks so happy with his wife. I'm like, bitch, that shit looks so fucking fake. You are happy right now. Why are you looking at this picture and thinking...
So really quick, now that you mentioned Instagram.
Yes.
Wait. Is this a rant?
I don't know.
Wait.
I'll wait.
Okay, all right. Go.
Hold on. Is this a rant? Because
It might be.
Okay, so we're going to lead right into the rant?
Yes, go for
Okay,
the
so
rant.
we're going to go into the overdose, where we have a raw rant on all the shit we are pissed at or just simply over. And I was going to say, catch these hands, my man. And I'll tell you what my rant is about, but you could sound off on it. Go ahead, sound off.
Wait, no. I want to say, stop thinking that all these fucking Instagram posts, relationship goals. Boom. Bitch, you have no idea. Motherfucker is probably slapping the shit out of her.
Exactly.
And they're freaking miserable.
Exactly.
Stop. Relationship goals. Oh my God, I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate looking at people like, oh, these are goals. No. Make your own fucking goals.
I've been guilty. I've been guilty of doing
Make your own fucking goals.
Go ahead, Vane.
So,
your face.
Go ahead.
How do we feel about not being posted on Instagram?
Here's the thing. All right.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
All right.
No. This is
Not the time to keep your mouth
shut.
All right. So I've been thinking about this, right? My last relationship, I didn't post a lot about him, right? But that had nothing to do with how much I loved him or not. It was just like, whatever. Like, whatever.
I'm gonna be honest.
It just depends on, like, how much do they post? If they post on a regular, right?
This topic's gonna get me in
I
trouble.
don't know. I fucking stop looking at me like that.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I know why you're saying it.
Here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. I want to be fair on this, okay? So let me be fair on something. I understand some people don't post often. I understand they don't want to post a lot. I understand this whole concept of I want to keep my private life private. Okay, fine, nice, kudos. Here's the thing, okay? I don't post anyone, and I'm not gonna say where it is, so nobody goes looking for it. I don't. Did I delete it? Should people
Wait,
post
did
it
he
ever?
never post you?
Ever.
But this is different.
This is different, right? So when I chose to
shocked
post
right
a
now.
gentleman, for one, I did not post the gentleman with his face fully. So, but I do have a problem when you are in a full-blown relationship.
Is it on your private one, Daisy?
No, it's on the public. So I have there's two publics, guys. I have a problem when there is a full-blown.
Which one are you going on?
I'm going on this one.
Wait, guys, listen. I have a problem.
We're listening.
No, actually, it's on my personal. Yeah.
I'm on
Go scroll all the way down. It's years ago. Personal.
Oh, so it is on your personal.
Yeah,
Why
personal.
Are you
Sorry, guys. I got confused. You know, I got 3 pages on IG. Don't come
I know.
for me.
That's why I was
And
asking.
no, if you find my personal, do not friend me on that, please. That is personal is where I keep my kid. Okay, so, but
How many
I
years
do.
ago? Sorry.
So, I do have a problem when people are in a full blatant relationship, and one party chooses not to post the other. And I'm going to say that because it's usually that one party does choose to post the person and the other party does not. I have a problem with that. So if you are in a committed relationship, if you are in a relationship, if you are in a marriage, you know, because there's some husbands that think they don't need to post their wives. I do have a problem with that. I do think there's an issue. And I know people are like, oh, I don't need him to because I know we are. No, fuck you, ma'am. Sit down, have a seat. You are saying you're in a, if you live with this man, if this man lives with you, if you have been together, if you are in a committed relationship, if he says this is my girlfriend and I am her boyfriend, there is no reason why each other should not post each other. And I'm sorry. It's just how I feel.
I kind of feel the same way, right?
It's just how I feel.
And then I see other people, and I went to a friend's page, and I was like, where is his wife? Because I was...
You see what I mean?
No, because I was... he was posting shit. I've known him since high school, and I was not agreeing with a lot of shit that he said. And I was like, who the fuck married him, right?
She's like, scrolling.
Where is she?
She's like...
Is she real?
While they're looking for my shit too, mind you.
And I was super tight because he had no pictures of her, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, no.
You see?
But it also depends on their job title. He is a cop. And a lot of times cops don't want to post their families because you don't know who you can, you know, come around. So I accepted that for him, right? Because he's a cop. But I was like, all right, maybe that's the reason. He's a cop. He doesn't want to put his family out there. He arrested somebody. He doesn't want someone to find him. Right. Whatever.
Right.
And then another thing is, if a person doesn't post that much, right? And they have like 5 fucking pictures. Like, do you really accept the picture of you there?
I mean, I guess at that point, like when we're looking at it from that angle, maybe not. But my thing is, I just feel that when you are in a relationship, there's no reason why not to.
And I've seen people that have husbands that don't post. Well, they don't even have a social media, right? And they don't post that
right.
All,
so, but that's different because they don't have one.
I guess that is different.
Although I will say there is somebody I know whose husband does not have a social media, and I call his ass cheating. But I'm not gonna say who.
But then
I hope not.
To have someone,
she'll know that.
I don't know. I'm on the fence, right? Because I was the person that wasn't posting.
So, but like you posted him never.
No, I did post him.
Okay.
Here and there.
Okay,
right?
here and there sporadically, right.
He was on one post, but he would be mad that I wasn't posting about him constantly.
All right, well, okay, so he's just full of himself.
But the thing is that I'm not that type of person. Like, I tend to... People think that I'm cold-hearted because I don't really show my emotions. Right. And whatever. Right. And all that. Like,
all that.
I don't know. It makes me a certain type of way.
She didn't show me to that.
Yes, because sometimes I don't want to post everything about us. I don't like posting my whole life. When I post about something, it's probably like a few hours later where I am, right? It's not, I'm never posting where I am here and there at that time. Right. And when I was with him, it was just cute posts.
And that's fine, but I just feel that when there is a committed relationship,
but does it have to be constant?
Not constant, but babe, there's a huge difference.
How many pictures do you want?
Okay,
is one enough?
Hold on a second.
Because I'm not posting every single.
Hold on. Let me be very honest about
the page is about me, not about you.
No. If I'm dating you, and I see you posting of at least our dates, and you're not necessarily posting me, but you're posting our dates. Cool, I'll give you that pass. Okay, I'll give you that pass because we're just dating, right? So you're posting our dates. I see you posting.
You see, I wouldn't even post that. Okay. We're just dating. I'm not posting those dates. If you're gonna see something on my page, that means it's serious.
I've had my men do it. I have, and it's cool. Listen, it's cool. I don't need you to tag me or nothing, but you put it out there. Please don't tag me. That you're out there, cool.
I don't want to be tagged.
My thing is, if you know you're in a relationship and your people know you're in a relationship. And you absolutely never post your partner, and I've seen it happen, that's a problem. You don't want it to be known to anyone that you have a significant other. That's the bottom line. Like, you never post the person. Ever. And you know you're in a relationship. You've at least done here and there. You know what I mean? You don't need to do it all the time. Fuck him if he wants it all the time. Sorry, that's not your page. That's her page. That's it. But if you just never, ever post a person, that's never. You mean to tell me you can't post her shoulder?
No, yes. I agree with that. Never, because when I was like, never, I thought he did.
Ever.
Oh my God, really? I thought there was like at least one picture.
Not one.
That was fucked up, to be honest. And I'm gonna put it out there that if he just never decided to post you and you guys knew you were in a relationship, that speaks volumes about his whole concept of loving himself before anyone else. That speaks volumes on that. And sometimes we do need to stumble over this shit to understand that. Sometimes we do.
100%.
Listen, I never noticed this shit. I noticed for his birthday, his 30th birthday. Fuck you, because I'm really mad at him.
Okay.
We had a really dope friendship, but whatever. Fuck you right now.
Okay.
I'm the type of friend, right, that if you're happy with someone, I'm not gonna hold grudges. Right. If you're happy, who am I to hold grudges? I just want you to be happy. Right. If he fucked you over, I'm gonna remind you, is this what you want? And if this is what you want, okay, I'm gonna back you up. I am not gonna step in the way, like I'm just gonna, you sure this is what you want? So whatever. So yes, I might love him again. At this moment in time, not really. For his 30th birthday, I realized that, and I was like, why didn't he post any pictures of that moment?
He posted a picture of himself.
Of himself. Yes, I know, but he didn't post a picture of you guys when you were the one who planned everything.
See what I mean? Listen, let's not even go there.
So that's why I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite right now, because let's
not even go there.
Because the thing is, I do things sometimes. I'm like,
yeah, but I think there's a difference from you just doing it once in a blue to him not doing it ever.
But I didn't realize that he never posted.
And so, but you know what it is though? Who's gonna realize when you're in love, or when you have a good chemistry with someone, or when there's a genuine friendship, or when there's a genuine relationship, and that's
not
what
even
you see.
The Mexico trip.
No.
Fuck, I thought he did. No. Maldita sea. We should have fucking figured this out.
You know what? I'm going to say this. During my overdose section, I was going to talk about something, but I'm going to save this for later time because I think that catch these hands, my man, applies to the situation too.
Can you talk about it as well?
I can, technically.
Okay.
Y'all want me to?
Yeah.
I'll shoot it out there real quick. I mean, it wasn't going to be about none of these Aquariuses or these men on social media or IG.
Fuck them. It
was going to be about the guy that was on that airline that was on a whole racial tirade.
Oh, that was...
No, that was not my airline.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I actually...
No, I'm sorry.
No. But here's the thing. I actually had one question because it wasn't so much about the man, because I thought he was completely wrong and completely disgusting in his behavior.
The full video, though.
It's disgusting.
Was it there? Like the full video?
The full video is on social media. It's disgusting.
I didn't hear exactly what he said.
Here's my question. I'm going to tell you what's what I really want to go off on. It's the fact that a few people did fuck him up. A few people did come after him. They punched him right in the face. They came after him. One of those very amazing and smart and strong flight attendants was like, you need to shut the fuck up and sit your ass down. And I was like, yes, ma'am. I just want to know, guys, would I get arrested if I was just an innocent bystander who listens to some dumb fuck going off like this? And what if I want to hit him? And I'm just another passenger. What are the chances I'm going to go to jail?
If he presses charges on you, maybe.
I mean, really,
I don't know. Can you...
What if I feel
know better than me?
Emotionally attacked? Or like I feel like I'm threatened.
Self-defense.
Yeah, so I would just have to full self. Because let me say this, the man was disgusting, and some of those people did go up to him to fight him, and I just want to give a huge shout out to those people that went up to him. Yeah, he was being a full-blown racist, and I want to give a huge shout out to the ones who did not.
In Kingston for 2 days.
I saw that.
But let go because
they let him go. Okay.
He was not. No charges were pressed against him because if they were going to press charges against him, it had to be done in Kingston.
And they would have to go there for court and all that bullshit.
I believe that the crew members were not
gonna do it.
Stay in Jamaica to do that.
It sucks really because I think he totally deserves to go to jail and do jail time for his behavior. I just want to know under those circumstances.
That were punched.
Yeah,
really? A few times in the act.
There was a whole scuffle. A scuffle. It's a scuffle, right? Scuffle.
A member was punched. Fractured wrists. Some fractured fingers. But
speaking, yes,
I honestly would try to maintain my cool as much as I could.
And I think you
to diffuse the situation,
right?
Because at the end of the day, this is my job and this is what I'm here for. But he was completely out of line, and his actions were inappropriate. And I feel like sometimes when people have that and have those types of actions and have those types of responses, the consequences for them are not on the scale of which you would want them
Exactly.
So,
and I think that's the world we live in, right? And so that's why I needed to rant this off and get it off my fucking chest because I was fucking.
Shout out to those flight attendants because they kept it cool.
Shout out.
I
don't know who you are, whoever you are. Just know that if this episode ever gets to your ears, I would have been right next to you.
If you want, I can make it personally get to one of their ears.
I mean, that would be great. Honestly, like I don't know who the fuck you are, but I saw the whole fucking video.
I know what airline it is,
and I'm not gonna put that out there because it happens to be one of my favorite airlines. So I'm just saying that just to say that I can only imagine how that fucking feels at the moment as a flight attendant and as a fucking passenger, and it's just disgusting.
Listen, I've had situations where I've been on the bus and I've seen people talk this crazy shit, and I'm sorry if you haven't heard my last episode. I'm gonna say something. Yes. I can't keep my mouth shut, and I've said things to people. Even if the person that's being attacked doesn't stand up for themselves, I'm still gonna say something.
Exactly.
So shout out to everyone on the airplane that was standing up for themselves or for whoever else that man was offending.
That's right.
Fuck that man. Fuck his white privilege.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna learn your lesson one day because karma is a fucking bitch.
It sure is. Those are the words from Karma. All right, y'all. What she said. This was probably one of the dopest episodes ever in my life in these 35.
That's what Libras do. That's what Libras do.
I didn't make this announcement because I'm going to be 35 and fine along with y'all two bitches. This is actually going to be episode number 35.
Hey.
So
when does this air?
It will air on Thursday. It is Sunday evening, and I will eventually make it home. I think we all will.
Somehow. This bitch might be
way.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Some way, somehow. But this was a dope episode. Do you guys want to tell my listeners, remember I cut this out if you want to, where they could find you if you want to be found?
No thanks.
Okay, great.
No, just kidding.
We can move it along. It's up to you guys.
Where can I be found? Alisorena, ALISORENA. My page is not private, so y'all can follow me, and I will have no choice but to accept you because it's just open.
Yeah. Okay. And Karma?
As you already know, I am an accountant, and I started my own page.
Ow! Shout out to that.
I think it's AlanciaTax.com.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna tag it in the show description. But she is
Alancia Tax, ALA. N as in Nancy, CIA Tax. And if you need any tax advice,
say it, girl. Plug it.
I'm sorry, can I plug it?
Of course you can. Because in case y'all didn't know,
hit Daisy up, and Daisy will hit me up, and we'll connect.
I'm gonna vouch for her. She is not only my accountant, she is actually helping me with this full-blown business, and so that's just the vibes here. So
she's also my baby daddy.
And
so if y'all need a baby daddy, listen, she is willing and able.
One baby mama is more than enough. So please do not hit me up for those type of services. Thank you.
Y'all, I want to thank Karma and Vane for coming on this platform to get so raw with this conversation. It is probably one of my favorites.
We didn't even use Vaseline up in this
dish.
We don't need that shit.
Yes. You guys have tuned in to another week and another episode of Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. I am your host, Misty, and you guys will tune in next week. Bye.
Bye.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And we are streaming on all platforms. Check us out on Apple and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Now let's talk about it.